For the past week and a half since Stronghold Crusader Definitive Edition launched on July 15th, I've been diving deep into the all new content Firefly has gifted us in this upgraded classic. But the big question is it worth upgrading from Crusader HD? Today I'm breaking down the new historic campaigns, the Bedouin units, the Sands of Time skirmish trials, the co-op mode, gameplay tweaks, and a whole lot more. This isn't a review of the base game. We all know Crusader's a classic. This is about whether Crusader Definitive Edition justifies its very reasonable $16.99 price tag in 2025. First up, the graphics. As you can see from the footage, the desert has never looked more vibrant. The castles look breathtaking, just like Stronghold Definitive Edition, but the desert setting really pops with a new polish. Now there aren't any fancy graphic settings, it's still just 2D, but it looks amazing and runs smooth, giving this classic RTS a proper 2020s glow up. You can now zoom in close and see everything in vibrant detail, or pull back and take in the desert in all its glory. Troop movements have been tweaked too, with slaves changing completely and now walking instead of running, which was a bit jarring at first, but I've got used to it. And overall troop movements feel smoother now after a few patches than they did at launch. One downside for me is units merging is still a thing. Troops clump up like in Stronghold 2, which doesn't look great up close. I do wish that they'd added better unit collision like warlords. It would have made sieges feel more real. Still overall big win for visuals. Next up, player options have really opened up. You can now pick your colour, choose new lords with unique starter units, including the Bedouin lord to match the new units. And here's the best bit, you can play as Bessie the cow. Yes, that Bessie, the ultimate cow catapult tribute.
Here comes Bessie!
If you sign up for Firefly's community newsletter, you can even unlock the Scribe, a fun nod to one of Stronghold's most iconic characters. And for the first time you can play as a female lord, European, Arab or Bedouin. It's a small thing but a nice modern touch.
I die as a girl should, waging bloody warfare.
Alright, now for the meat and potatoes, the new content. Crusader Definitive Edition is jam-packed. You've got 2 new historic campaigns, the Sands of Time skirmish trials, large maps and more. The Baron's Crusade and the 7th Crusade campaigns are each 5 missions long. The Baron's Crusade puts you as crusaders defending against Bedouin forces. Think sieges, invasions,
Arabic forces are attacking!
proper castle building, and no boring walk to the flag missions. The 7th Crusade flips the focus. It's all about trying out the new Bedouin units in aggressive sieges and invasion scenarios. The final mission even pits you against 6 lords at once, and trust me, it's a real challenge. Then there's the Sands of Time skirmish trials, 4 new trials each with larger maps, bigger armies and a fun time-based ranking. Try to become Prince of the Sands by crushing your enemies as fast as possible. They're generally fun and push you to play Crusader more offensively than ever. Upon completion you are even ranked against other players on the newly added online leaderboard for each Sands of Time skirmish.
You are the 8th greatest lord.
And the larger maps up to 800 by 800. That's massive for Stronghold. Battles feel huge, castles feel like real fortresses and the scale just works. It's exactly what fans have asked for, though right now there's only 3 of the biggest size map, so fingers crossed Firefly adds some more, or fans create some great community made maps. A nice touch too, Arab and Bedouin lords now use mosques instead of churches, with imams instead of priests, and temple guards instead of monks. New music and sound effects for them all as well, which adds a nice distinction between Christian and Arab lords. Now for the new Bedouin units, which are 8 in total, and they're not just filler. The Skirmisher, Sapper, Camel Lancer, Heavy Camel, Demolisher, Eunuch, Healer, and Ambusher. These new units really remind me of what Stronghold Legends did back in the day. They boost offensive options and open up new siege strategies. The Sapper and Demolisher are great for clearing traps, the Heavy Camel perfect for smashing enemy archers with their armour and mobility. The Healer keeps your army fighting fit out on the field. The Ambusher and Eunuch pack a serious punch and choke points, huge area damage with fire and steel. And the Skirmisher and Camel Lancer, deadly against archers and siege units, and very effective on the open ground. For me it's clear Firefly didn't just add these for the sake of it, they really thought about how these new units expand your tactical options. We also get 4 new AI lords, the Duel, the Sentinel, the Nomad and the Kaheen. The Nomad is fast but sloppy at defence. Easy pickings for macemen but aggressive with raids.
No more will I ride the desert cliffs.
The Kaheen feels like the Caliph, with pitch traps and heavy camels, a bit too similar though in my taste, and she clearly doesn't think much of men.
Men are weak, and fail ceases.
The Sentinel is a tank. Tough castle, strong moat, heavy units, easily one of the hardest lords to beat. The duel, Lord Longarm's niece, starts slow but hits like a truck later with heavy swordsmen, crossbows, pikemen and heavy siege, a bit like the wolf.
Waging war runs in the family. It's just what we do.
With these new added lords, the total roster is 20 lords, giving skirmishes way more variety. And all 4 of the new lords are done well and nicely fit into the game. Gameplay tweaks really polish things up too. You can build over peasants now, no more villagers blocking your building placements or drunkards stumbling in your way. Markets are also now free in Skirmish, so no longer do you have to worry about running out of wood and no longer being able to buy any more. You can also auto buy and sell resources just like in Warlords and Crusader 2, a massive quality of life improvement. Recruitment buildings now have updated rally points, allowing players to individually select where they want each unit to go after spawning, and you can use modern controls, WASD scrolling in Stronghold at last.
Excellent.
And finally, one of my favourite new additions, co-op campaign. It's generally brilliant. Every mission feels like a puzzle. You and your partner share resources, hold choke points and build your defences together. It's challenging but so rewarding. A real standout for the Definitive Edition. The only downside, you can't control the same castle like in Crusader 2, but honestly, it's a minor loss. So, what's not so great? The AI. It's still the same old Crusader AI. Dumb as a rock. Lords don't adapt mid-battle. Siege equipment camps are built too close to the walls, and units often just stand there if they can't enter the castle, getting shredded to pieces. It would have been amazing if Firefly had added an optional modern AI, just like Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition did. You could pick classic or modern, best of both worlds in my opinion. Multiplayer is also a weak link. No save games mid-match like Crusader 2 and Warlords, no ranked matchmaking or new modes. You've got standard skirmish or extreme mode for chaos, and that's it. And the lag and the disconnects, infuriating. Drop out and that's your match gone. If multiplayer is the main draw, be prepared for rough edges. So, is Stronghold Crusader Definitive Edition worth it? For me, absolutely. The graphics, the new units, the campaigns, the Sands of Time and co-op skirmish trials, the bigger maps, all of it adds up to something that feels fresh yet faithful. It's not perfect, and the AI and multiplayer let it down, but for $16.99 it's a no-brainer for Stronghold fans. If you've got a friend or partner for co-op, you're in for hours of fun, and with more updates on the horizon, Crusader Definitive Edition could easily keep us busy for years to come. So, what do you think? Are you enjoying Crusader Definitive Edition? Do you think the updates are enough to warrant the purchase? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, drop a like and hit that subscribe button for more Stronghold content. Thanks for watching.